Hey everybody, it's 2 o'clock and it's Tuesday, so that means it is time for Top 5 Tuesday. And I'm going to wait for just a moment to let a couple of people get onto our video. And while we're doing that, while I'm waiting, I'm going to talk about our live giveaway this week. It's something really special. The guys over at Daytona One sent me one of these well, actually they sent me one, but they were like, definitely get one out to your audience there on Top 5 Tuesday. And this is one of those insulated mugs that's really cool and nice and stainless steel on the inside. And it has the Daytona One is right here on the front of it. So if you would like to win, I know I've got a couple of people here that are definitely frequent viewers, and so you know the drill. Just leave a comment. You can say hi. Leave a question too. I mean, any questions you guys have. The whole idea of doing our Top 5 Tuesday live videos is to be able to answer questions. You know, be real time and not necessarily wait for me to come out with a video a month from now. You know, that type of thing. So see, any type of questions that I can answer, I am happy to do on the show. So, and if you're not catching this live, you're catching this later on, feel free always to leave a question here, and I'll either answer it in a comment, or I'll go ahead and address it in the next week's Top 5 Tuesday live video. So nice mug shot. That's hilarious. I love that mug shot. Yeah, I could smile. Yeah, there's the thumbnail. So, but Daytona One, yeah, they do have some fantastic products for sure. And whoops, I forgot to mute my phones. You just never know what's going to happen on a live video. But Daytona One, we sell a ton of their products. We have their engine treatment. We have they have a lot of different fluids. Like our 3060 gear oil is really popular as well. We also sell like transmission treatment and power steering fluid. Just like we pretty much have all of their racing pieces, and they've got some great cleaning supplies too. And I'll get in trouble if I say this, but we also have tire prep. I mean, they make amazing tire prep that isn't toxic, and obviously only if that's legal for you guys to run. So I'm not trying to get into a, oh, I really hate when I get yelled at for that. But anyway, it is what it is. So Daytona One, great company, great products. And that is the mug we're giving away. So be sure to leave a comment here. A lot of great folks here, a lot of just frequent people. And I thank you all for watching. I don't know if you saw it this morning. I just posted a new video that I talk about why we use 7 quarts of oil in our oil change kits, because it's just one of those questions we get over and over and over again. And of course I can answer it here, but you know, I mean, the short answer is you just don't need 8 quarts. So why spend the extra money? Why have that extra drag on your crank when you can go ahead and use 7 quarts and have better performance? So that's why our oil change kits. But I did make a quick little video that put up on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel today. Also, another announcement is if you're on Facebook this evening, I will be on the Facebook Live for the Race Logic Chassis School. And if you haven't heard of them, the Race Logic Chassis School goes all over the country to different and has different events, and they're also targeted at different markets. So, for instance, earlier this year, got together with Race Logic, and I went to Nashville and I spoke there about fire suppression systems, just because it is something that I sell. I'm a dealer for them, and so I went and talked about fire suppression. So we're going to talk about that a little bit tonight, and it's going to be at 8 o'clock Eastern or 7 o'clock Central, and that will be on the Race Logic Facebook page. I will post a link to anything I talk about today. I'll have links in the comments when the video is done, but you can also look them up on Facebook, and it's facebook.com/Race Logic Chassis School. So they're great. Love working with Brian over there, and love the people that I've met. Just a really great deal. So might even check out if there's something in your area. I know they do stuff for stock cars, they do stuff for modifieds, so it's just a lot of fun. So those are, I guess, my announcements for today. We've got our mug, we've got our cool Daytona One mug, we've got our oil video this morning, and Race Logic this evening, and that brings us to Top 5 Tuesday. So Top 5 Tuesday this week. There's some frequent flyers here, but we also have a couple of new things, or at least one new thing on here on this list. And that we're going to start with the number 5 spot. And in that number 5 spot is our PFC brake pads. And these are the 0154s. They're meant for the GM metric brakes, geometric brakes, and they come in, I think, 5 different compounds. And we suddenly got so many orders for these. These are one of those things that we used to drop ship, but I just brought this stock into our shelves. So it is something that we will have right there on the shelf. I like to show the boxes a lot of times because look at how nicely this is packaged. And you've got this nice foam lining. Then you've got your brake pads that are wrapped up in, I think we should open these up and see what they look like. I think that'll be, you know, a little bit more fun than just a picture. And so we've got like foam wrapping here, and there's our carbon metallic, what are they? Yep, carbon metallic brake pads. I know a lot of guys that are running these really just swear by them. I know it says here on the box, it's quieter, they stop quicker, last longer than other pads, no mushy pedals, and a longer rotor life. So those are some of the advantages of the PFC brake pads. This one happens to be the 14 compound. There is one compound that I'm having a hard time getting right now, which is the 13 compound, but right now I have the 11, 40, oh, excuse me, the 11, 14, 80, and 97 are all sitting on the shelf, and they could be shipped out at any time. And the prices range just depending on which compound you choose. They run between $59.95 and $159.95. So PFC brake pads in the number 5 spot. In the number 4 spot this week, well, we were just talking about our cool Daytona 1 mug, and this is probably our most popular product that we sell from them, and that is our Daytona 1 XL1 engine treatment. I have talked about this a ton on Top 5 Tuesday because it's not just a great product for your race car, it's also a great product for your passenger cars or your towing vehicles. It is a product that I use in my car because it saves me gas mileage. You know, just when you think it through, because at first you're like, well, why would it do that? Or why would I, you know, I don't need to save gas mileage in my race car. Well, no, but the whole idea is to reduce friction. So when we reduce friction in a race engine, we are getting better performance, we're getting higher horsepower. When we reduce friction in a passenger car, we're getting better gas mileage. You know, it's just it makes sense when you put it that way, but it's a dual purpose product. And I put this in with every single oil change, add some of the engine treatment to my car, and I've gotten just fantastic performance for sure. So definitely recommend it. This comes in a 16 ounce or it comes in 64 ounce. The 16 ounce runs $24.95. And I don't have the price in front of me for the 64 ounce, but it's on the website. I should know it, but I can't remember off the top of my head. So that's the number 4 spot. In the number 3 spot this week, oh goodness gracious, I forgot to bring it over here. So I had it off to the side because I had it out last week. If you happen to catch the episode, I talked about tools because I love tools, and I thought I'd do something a little bit different. I am all for doing, gosh, you know, just doing different stuff on the show. So yes, we'll do top 5 some things, but sometimes products, and that last week I decided to talk about tools. And this is one of our most popular tools, and that is our LSM Racing Products valve spring changer. And this is that 6061 T6 aluminum, made in the United States. It's actually our most watched video on YouTube still about how to change valve springs in a 602 or a 604. In that video, we're doing it on a 604. Great tool, lots of great feedback. I mean, there might even be some comments here with some people who have used it who absolutely love it, and just really nothing but, I don't even have there's no pros and cons because there's no cons. It's a great tool. And this valve spring changer, it runs $212.98 is it right there. And as I mentioned earlier, in case you missed it, I will have links to all of these products that we talk about. I'll have them in the comments when we're done with the video or when I'm off air, because I'm only one person and you probably don't want to watch me type. You know, you don't want me to, like, yeah, I can't do that. I can multitask. Not really. No, I can only do one thing at a time. All right, so that brings us to the number 2 spot. Really familiar product, you guys, and I know some people wanted me to retire it, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. So our Crate Insider flat air filter base, still in the top 5. Week after week, a very popular base. Again, nothing but positive feedback. It really is meant for a 4-barrel carburetor, though. It's not. we know that it performs amazingly on a 4-barrel carburetor, and we're still trying to come up with a alternate solution for the 2 barrels for the guys that run in the 4412 carburetors. But for any of you that have 4-barrel carburetors, this is a great choice. And it comes with the base, and we have the seal here, so you can just put those together and then put it right there on your carburetor. So our Crate Insider flat air filter base runs a $99.50, and that's in the number 2 spot. And in the top spot this week, super popular product pretty much since it came out, is our race fan. And if you haven't seen these before, I didn't put the bolts in today on purpose because that way I could show you that these are the fans with the interchangeable blades. And then you would put the bolts in, obviously, but it can go anywhere from a 2-blade. So we could take these off. Now we've got a 2-blade, and a 2-blade fan, it runs $170. Or we could go to a 3-blade. Oh, let's see. We'll just kind of put some, and I have that one in backwards, but we're just going to roll with it for the sake of the video. But there we go. So now we have a 3-blade fan. That's simple. And then, of course, you saw the 4-blade version. And with that one, it's funny because the rest of them, they all have the even number of holes. So like going with the 3-blade, I'll show you in a second here. So with the 3-blade, you can see you've got, there's the blades, then you've got 3 holes, and then there's another blade. The one difference is when you do the 4-blade version, you'll have 2 empty holes on one side and 1 empty hole on the other. So I'll show you what I mean by that in just a second here. It's like a puzzle. There. I'm sure this is so interesting to watch. There we go. All right. So this is what I mean by that is here we've got 2 holes here, and we got 1 hole, 1 hole. So it's not just giving you the heads up on when you're like, oh, we're trying to space those equally. That's how it comes out with a 4-blade version. And the 4-blade, which is really the most popular, those run $265. So the race fans, we do have them in stock, and we can ship them out, and you get to put them together too, because it's just it's a lot better deal for us to sell it put it in a smaller box. Otherwise, you end up paying a whole bunch extra for shipping that, you guys put together whole race cars. So I figure everybody can put together a fan, because if I can do it, any of y'all can do it for sure. So I'm going to take a quick look at the oh, thank you, Ken. So Ken, he mentioned that the 64-ounce XL1 engine treatment, the 64-ounce version, is $75.83. So thank you so much for looking that up, Ken. And it actually is a better deal. So you figure one of these is about $25, and it's 16 ounces. So it would take 4 of these to equal a 64-ounce container, but it's only $75. So it's basically 4 of these, but for the price of 3-ish. I mean, we're kind of rounding here, but just to give you an idea that it is a better deal that way. And puzzle of airflow, that's fun. I'm going to take a look and see here if there are any questions that I can answer. All right, and with that, I'm not really seeing any questions, but let me bring up random number generator. Sometimes I remember to bring up the screen beforehand, and sometimes I don't. And guess which today is. So there we go. And let's see, get back to my video here, and we have 33 comments. So type that number in. And comment number 5. So we're way at the top here. 3, 4, 5. Jared Harrison. So Jared, go ahead and send me a private message with your address. Actually, I probably have it because you are a loyal customer of mine. I really appreciate that, and I will send you that Daytona 1 mug. I thank every one of you for watching. I look forward to seeing you. If you get a chance tonight, definitely join in on the Race Logic Chassis School video. I think me and Brian are gonna have a good time tonight. Otherwise, I'll see you next week, Tuesday at 2 o'clock for Top 5 Tuesday.